You know, as much as we pay in fucking property taxes, you can fix this fucking shit!
So I've been putting together this set. It's not much of a set, but it's a little something. I wanted to do some, I like this time of year, right? I wanted to do some kind of Halloween spooky videos or whatever, so I figured I'd clean up the garage. I haven't actually used this set in a couple of years. It's usually way too hot in here, but for whatever reason we got a cool front, and this place has just been a complete disaster. And I finally cleaned it up. Eventually I wanted to, you know, do some videos on here again, and I'm going to. I went to Party City. I got some lights. I got a pumpkin here. It's not, you know, extravagant or anything like that, but it's a little something to set the mood, and it'll look a lot better when I actually have the proper lighting and all that good stuff. But I was asking people what kind of videos and they wanted to see for Halloween, and I figured, you know, we got two weeks left in the month or whatever, so you know, it's plenty of time to put together at least, you know, a handful of videos. You know, I like doing these things, and I'm losing track of what I'm talking about here. But anyway, I wanted to kind of address some of the videos I was going to make. One of them is, I guess, creepiest or my favorite Halloween. I guess this is going nowhere. I'm losing my train of thought. I guess that's a product of having a lot on my mind. I got a lot to do tonight, and I'm starving. I haven't eaten much today, so I need to take care of that. I gotta go pick up the boy here pretty soon. But anyway, yeah, this is it. Now I've asked people. I think I asked it on Patreon. I also asked it on Indiegogo. Not Indiegogo. Why did I say Indiegogo? See, I'm losing my mind here. Instagram. That's what I'm trying to say. I asked people what kind of Halloween videos they wanted to see, and I got some pretty good ideas. So I'm going to do those, but one thing I'm seeing a common thread already is Chasing the Unknown, and people are wanting to know when we're going to do more Chasing the Unknown. Well, actually, funny enough, we have it halfway shot. We shot it last year, guys. Last year. It involves this thing right here. Actually, on the this is what we used for the set of Chasing the Unknown, actually. But this little guy right here, well, he's not little. He's little in the picture, but in real life, he's quite large, supposedly. But anyway, that's what we're going to do it on. That's what we did it on. So we went out on location, shot some stuff involving that, and my battery is at 5%. My battery's at 5%. So I'm one of those people that my Mojo, whatever, drains batteries for everything. And so I'm always having to constantly deal with this. This is almost a brand new phone, and it doesn't even get me through the day. And I do not have a lot of apps on it, and I do not use it a lot. So that's the thing. Anyway, we have shot that. Now, why isn't the episode out? Well, there's several reasons for that. And I'm going to get into that. I guess this has just gone on way too long, this intro. But I'm going to get into that. But I'm going to wait until I charge my battery. Because as soon as I really get into the stuff, it's going to die on me. So here's black. And probably I'll put a commercial here. If you sift through it, then I'll get my pocket change. Before I continue on, I just have to mention this. This is so freaking cool. This is a prop replica. So it's full scale Gremlin from the first movie. This was given to me by Chad Tronick at Retropalooza. Like completely out of the blue. Had no idea. The guy's awesome. We've been talking for a long time. The first time I ever actually got to meet him, and he goes, "I got something for you," and I'm like, "Oh, cool," you know. He may have gotten me like a, I don't know, like a Pepsi with my name on it or something. But no, he pulls out this thing, and I'm like, what? I could not believe it. It was like I've been wanting one of these since they came out. It's from Trick or Treat Studios. They've been out for about 2 years or whatever, but they cost a pretty penny, and it was a pretty penny I did not have, and I just couldn't justify spending, you know, that much money on just something that was, you know, just that I thought was cool and didn't necessarily need. So it's awesome when you have somebody who's just going to man, it's just awesome. I can't even thank him enough for something like that. And also, I just literally noticed this on the ground. This oil stain or whatever looks like an alien from like the movie Aliens or Alien 3. I don't know why it reminds me of that. Also, Ghoulies 4 sucks. They didn't even. Those aren't even the Ghoulies. All right, we have 3 movies with Ghoulies in it, and then they bust out with this one. These troll knockoff. That's not even a Ghoul. As far as I'm concerned, this is not a Ghoulies movie. And it's made by the same people. Like, I can understand if, like, you know, sometimes a movie will just get made and they'll cash in on the name, like French Star Wars or whatever. No, this was made by the same people, but they chose to go with these dopey. Those aren't Ghoulies, man. All right, Chasing the Unknown. What's going on with Chasing the Unknown? So, hey. Oh, no, over here. Over here. Focus, please. All right, so Chasing the Unknown is, it's still a thing. I would just say it's on hiatus at the moment. I've kind of talked about this on a video that I recorded for the Indiegogo movie, but anyway, I'll just kind of talk more in depth and a little more casual about it right here. So Melvor is a huge part of that series. I don't think we could even have it without him. In fact, we can't have it without him. In fact, I would say that he's probably the main, I hate to use the word character because, you know, nobody's a character, but I would say he's the main focal point of that because he just brings so much to it. I mean, just watch the first episode and you can see that. So it's impossible for us to do it without him, and his time right now is basically non-existent. His free time is basically non-existent at this point. I'm not going to go into his personal life. It's just that, you know, he has a full-time job and he has other priorities right now. That's new priorities over the last, you know, better part of the year. So we actually went and shot the second episode of that over the spring of this year, actually. Dang, has it been? I can't even remember at this point. Yeah, we shot the second episode. So we went on location, went into this forest, and we shot it. So I'm waiting. It's a thing, but here's the thing. Here's the other thing. I need to have the interview shot. Now, if you remember from the first episode, the interviews were shot here. Actually, there's the board. You can probably recognize it. Well, this area just got destroyed. I kind of talked about it at the beginning of this video. And we actually were going to put a new set in the new studio at the studio that we got. I'm not going to go into particulars, but because it would go into like personal stuff, but that's been a struggle. And so, because I really wanted to do a cool set, a cool set for the Chasing the Unknown set. I wanted to have like, because I mean, this was okay for what it was, but it was kind of like, we just need something, just throw something together. But I really want it to look good. I want there to be like vines and wood and like, you know, posters and books and paranormal stuff, and, you know, just, I want it to look awesome, right? That was the goal, and that's kind of what we were, you know, holding out for. And if this area right here was actually still usable, probably would have said just go ahead and do it here and hold off making the super cool one until a later time. But that we couldn't use this, and plus in the summer, we just can't shoot a video in here in the summer. This is Texas. It gets 100, and we'd just be sweating within seconds. And nobody wants to watch a bunch of sweaty dudes make a video. I know, because a lot of you complained when we were shooting in that other spot. And that's with the air conditioner cooling it down to probably like 75 or 80 degrees. Just think about a garage that doesn't have an air conditioner and how hot it is. It feels like you're still outside. So it was just infeasible, non-feasible, unfeasible. It wasn't feasible for us to be able to shoot the interview segments during the summer, and that's right after we had shot the episode 2. We'd gone on location, so we couldn't do it in here. We couldn't do the interviews in here, And then now we have a studio that's a little bit more climate controlled, but still hot. And, you know, we got to, you know, it doesn't cost, you know, it costs money to build a set, and it takes time to build a set. So it's just been one of those things where it's like, we can't keep up to it, you know, because if I spend a week, you know, out there working on the set and stuff, trying to make a set for Chasing the Unknown, that's a week less of YouTube videos. And I've been talking and bitching about the algorithm and how it is on YouTube now. And you just can't take a week off, and, you know, you're always playing catch up to that and trying to make videos. So, and, you know, I have a new kid, and, you know, so it's easy for you to get behind on something like that and have it not get done. It's very easy. And then you couple in the fact that right now, Melvor, if he's lucky, gets 15 to 20, 30 minutes to shoot video a week. And that's obviously a problem if we need to shoot Chasing the Unknown video or interview segments where we all gathered around multi-camera. You know, if you saw the first episode, you know what it's all about. It could take like 2 or 3 hours, and he just doesn't have that time in the particular space. Maybe if it's spaced out 15 minutes, you know, over the course of the week, maybe. But God, you can't shoot an interview segment like that. You just can't. So we've been just holding off and just hoping that something can change and something can improve the situation. But it's there, it exists. It's only halfway done. and I know that I would love to do more of them, because I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's like, how many times can you make a show when two jerk-offs go out to a flea market and look for video games? You know, there's only so many more times you can be like, you know, I need that game in NES games, and you know, it gets old after a while, right? And, you know, wanting to do new things, wanting to do different things. And I know the Chasing the Unknown is one thing that you guys really like. A lot of you guys, toy chasers as well. And so that I would love. I've always been interested in that subject. Always been interested in that subject. So I would absolutely, trust me, guys, when I say that all of you who are really wanting to see more Chasing the Unknown, I am right there with you. I want to make more Chasing the Unknown. But with Melvor's situation right now, it's virtually impossible. And I can't go more into it without going more towards the personal realm, which I'm going to stay out of. But let's just trust me when I say that if it was up to me, yeah. I mean, if it was up to Melvor too, I mean, he'd love to do it as well. I mean, I'm not trying to sit there and say he doesn't want to do it. He trusts me, he wants to do it. I just can't. So we do have things we're trying to do to fix this. So what are we doing to potentially fix this? Well, some of you know that we're going to be doing Game Chasers movie. God, please focus. Jeez, come on. There we go. We're going to be doing the Game Chasers movie. And I say we're going to be doing it, and that's only if, obviously, we get the funding to do that, and most of that's going to be through Indiegogo. So if you guys want to see the movie, I guess it's up to you to make it happen. So if that happens, then I'm hoping that happens, because that's something I so want to do. If that happens, and that's something that potentially could help Melvor work here for full time and get out of his job, because it's something that he's expressed that he wants to do. Melvor wants to leave his current employer, which is just absolutely beating him down. He works for a home improvement company. We've already said he works for Home Depot, and he wants to get out of it. He's been working there for the last 15, 20 years, I think, and it's just beating him down. And he's, you know, he went to school for the same stuff that I did, and he's an artist. Like, he's the best artist I know. He's just as capable of me of doing the same stuff that I do with editing and all that stuff. But he didn't have the same opportunity to. He didn't get to go the same route as I did. Once I graduated, you know, it worked out for me. It didn't work out for him. So, you know, such is life. That's what happens sometimes, unfortunately. And a shame because he's stuck in this job and he's got so much potential to do more, but you know, he's got to pay the bills. So he has expressed interest. Like if he could potentially, you know, we've been working hard on this for a lot of years trying to make this happen, and it's so hard with, you know, our channel not necessarily being one of the big. And I know I'm gonna ruffle probably some feathers or people who are watching and look at our channel and think it's huge, but trust me, in the grand scheme of things, 100K subscribers and 10,000 video views a day average is not a big channel. And it's when you couple in the Patreon and the channel, that's pretty much enough for like one person to essentially have a job on, not three. Not Melbourne, you know, we just don't make enough. But we can make some sacrifices on our end. We can do some things to try to potentially get him out of that for at least a year, and try to grow the channel and try to make it as, you know, as much more profitable. And by doing so, or by doing certain things that could potentially, you know, make that happen. Because if Melville was working a 50-hour job with us instead of Home Depot a week, you know, that's 50+ hours of more videos or work towards more videos for the channel. And more videos means just, you know, more growth. It means more chasing the unknown. You know, that's one series we would 100% resurrect from the dead and try to do, you know, along with Game Chasers and Toy Chasers. There would at least be one of those, if not two, a month. Him working here full time and not at Home Depot it would be the biggest impact on the channel to date. You would get more and more, probably more than you probably even want. You'd get so much, and it's so key, because I can only do so much. There's a ton of stuff that I want to do. It just like I mean, this, I wanted to go all out on this set and make it really cool and do like I wanted to do like a couple of Halloween videos a week this entire month, but you know, once I spent an entire week just editing the last Game Chaser episode, and and then just putting out a random video here and there, and then doing this stuff for the movie. It's just so much. But I know that we could make it work. And when I say, you know, the movie, he wants to, you know, help direct the movie and be a big part of that, and he just can't do it in his current job. So we need to make that happen in some way. We need to get him here and not there. And you know, this movie is, you know, its potential to have that happen. Now, what I mean by that is that the Indiegogo, you know, we have a certain budget in mind. If that budget is hit, and then the movie gets made, and we're not going to be taking any profit, because honestly, it's probably going to cost more than what our budget is anyway. There's no way. There's no way. We can potentially make profit later on down the road with the movie somehow, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to go into that. This isn't a movie talk video, but if that budget that we have for the Indiegogo, if it just goes crazy, like everybody on the channel decides that they want to pre-order a Blu-ray for the movie, or hell, even half, hell, even 20%, and this thing goes over, you know, we get more than what we were initially thinking that we were needed. It would depend on how much, because obviously you want that little nest egg right there just in case something goes wrong with making a movie. You know, a particular day, if there's like rain or something and we lose a day of shooting, that could potentially cost thousands. So you want that little insurance backup there. But depending on how much over it goes, if it went over, we could basically use some of that budget to say, all right, Melvor, you know, instead of hiring these people that actually, you know, work, you know, do this for a living, and that's their job, to do these particular things on the movie, we just take the money and hire you to do it at that point, you know. And we're not talking, you know, just, you know, enough to what he's making now, you know, just enough to where, you know, he's making the same amount, but just here with us instead of where he's at now. If we had enough money to do that, then that would happen. Now, this entire, when I'm talking like a year, trying to make it work, he wouldn't, you know, be working on that movie, you know, 50 hours a week. You know, that we would divide and conquer amongst a lot of people, but with him doing that would also, or him being free from that job, would have him, give him the opportunity to be like, okay, I'm going to work on this next Chasing the Unknown episode while Billy is off shooting for a couple of weeks, or he can work on the next Game Chasers episode while Billy is off shooting, you know, the movie or whatever. So that is huge. Like, I can't even tell you how huge that is. Now, are we going to hit the budget? I think we can hit the budget for the movie. The question is this phone going to focus? Now, the question is, how much over could we potentially go and get Melvor out of that stupid, sorry-ass job so you guys can get more of why you subscribe to the main channel? That's the goal. You know, we're not... Hey, look, if I was looking to get rich in any of this stuff, I would not be doing this, because I guarantee you I could make 10 times what I make right now if I worked at a production house or at a company, and there are tons of them here in DFW, like tons of them. But I enjoy doing this. I love doing this, you know, and I'm not looking to get rich doing this. I'm just looking to do what I'm passionate about, what I love doing. This is what I love doing. I love making sets like this and doing silly videos for you guys and talking about critters. And I don't like making videos about some corporation like I was caught doing before this. Before I was... Let that truck pass. Had the garage door open. But this is what I'm passionate about. And I know Melvor is just as passionate about it. He just needs the same opportunity, that's all. So, you know, that... As long as we can pay the bills and do what we enjoy doing, I'm fine. But anyway, I want to end this video because it's entirely way too long as it is. So, yeah. Hopefully 2019 could potentially be a huge year for us. So hopefully that'll be the case.